Fine. Got hooked in the right rear again. Get one car. It's just, man, he just barely got me. I'm trying to get last. Oh, Talladega. I hate this track. Damn pit stops, guys. Come on. We got to get our together.
Hey, everybody. Talla F and Dega.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That was,
Woo!
Truex. He was in that wreck off of 2. I remember seeing it in my mirror.
In your
I barely missed it. In my rear view mirror.
Ooh.
Shout out to Kim.
Hey!
Yeah, Talladega. It's always unpredictable. We got destroyed.
You finished the race, though.
Finish is we
You were there at the end.
limped.
You limped to the end.
Yeah, we limped to the end.
It's better than all the guys at the Care Center. Which, by the way, I ran into Ryan at the Care Center when he was doing his driver-only broadcast. How was that?
I was so pissed they made me do the Care Center stuff.
It's the worst place, right?
So I was like almost all the way to the front of pit road, and they're like, hey, so since none of our guys are really running out front right now, let's go to the Care Center. I'm like, you sons of bitches. We got to walk all a fucking mile.
You get your steps in there.
I wasn't wearing a Fitbit.
Oh.
I should have been wearing one.
Yeah.
But I walked there, and I had to interview 3 people. I interviewed Ty Majeski and Bill
Ryan
Lupton
Truex.
and Truex. And God, it was just so awkward because I'm like, I hate giving interviews after I wreck. You get wrecked out. And I was like, hey, man,
what happened?
I was like, shit, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm doing this to you right now. But it was fun. I enjoyed the driver broadcast, but Kim was there. I was
Yeah.
like, what up?
Hey, Kim.
Like, now you know how I feel every week.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
sorry.
They call me the Kim Reaper on the. If you listen to the queue on MRN, since I'm the one that has Care Center duty,
I like that.
Kim Reaper's back at it.
That's a good nickname.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that would be an awesome driver nickname. Kim the Reaper. Ooh.
Why is that not your Twitter handle?
Maybe I should change it.
The Kim Reaper.
The Kim Reaper. Maybe I'll put that as, you can change your name.
Yeah,
Maybe I won't change my handle, but I'll change my name.
Yeah, don't change the handle because then everybody screws it up.
Yeah, and they
You should
it
do
out.
it at the next plate track. So at Daytona.
It's every.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, there's more opportunity for you to be at the infield care center.
Oh, yeah, there.
At
I don't know,
Daytona,
Dover.
Yeah, true.
That's a big rush.
Dover,
the past
I
couple
always
years.
end up at the Care Center.
Dover has sneaky, low-key big ones.
Yeah.
Like, you think a short track, it's not going to be that bad.
No.
Red flags, man.
Yeah.
Because you clog up that backstretch.
Also, when you wreck, there's nowhere to go.
Right.
Everybody just
Piles
it's like
into each other.
semi-pro. Like, everybody hits somebody.
Yeah.
I was doing the drivers meeting video game for Dover, and you got to create a wreck to show.
You're driving? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you ever see like the car doing some funky stuff, hey man, we just have a joystick
serious?
controller right
Dude,
now.
you
Yeah.
wreck hard.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
like you hook somebody hard.
When we've started doing the truck series, and so we're having to recreate with NASCAR Heat the trucks, and Dover was one of the first tracks that we had to do that. So I had to recreate a wreck at Dover, and like I hooked a car just because you have to go in and make it happen, and I hooked a truck, and it created this like 30 car pile up.
Oh, dear.
That was just
Nice.
glorious.
I mean, I've seen that happen before at Dover.
Yeah.
So it's accurate.
Yeah,
That's funny. I always wondered how
that was done.
who controlled that stuff. If it was
Yeah.
like computer or
Yeah,
someone just
no.
joystick.
You guys are
into
actually
us.
playing NASCAR Heat
That is
and
gameplay.
recording it.
We can't get the wheel to work right now in the game, so it's all like handheld controller, so it takes a little while.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know who's listening at home, Chuck is the voice of apparently the player.
Yeah, and the editor
of the driver meeting
crew chiefs.
like
Please make sure you have the
voiceover,
current
yeah.
crew chief handout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The driver meeting video.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
If you have a problem, get off the track as soon as you can.
My gosh.
That's me.
We get the,
Yeah.
I thought it was funny at Talladega, they end the video at Superspeedway was like, drivers, this is your warning. Race above the double yellow line.
Oh, you should see me in
You
the
should put an
VO booth
Easter-
for
you
that.
should
I'm
put
like
an
doing
Easter egg
this.
in one of
Drivers,
them.
this is your warning.
You gotta,
Do not race below the double yellow
you gotta
line.
act it. It helps to like.
If
even
in NASCAR's
worse.
discretion, you go.
You
Could
go
you
below
drop
the
an
yellow
Easter
line.
egg in there that like something like a word
look,
or something? I
they
know they're
are-
strict, but
they
that
are
Ryan would
strict.
know.
And like you're not getting a lot past competition with these videos because they go
No.
to competition
Yeah.
to get
Approved.
approved. So like they are very detail oriented because they have to be.
Yeah.
Because drivers could then say, well,
This is
what
different.
about this? This is different than, so.
I always like to nitpick anything.
What if you like pronounced a word like funny or that sort of thing?
I've always had a
Like
question,
drivers.
though. Drivers. It's like, it could be inflection, like restarts. Double file, shootout style. Leader's choice and free pass procedures. Where am I putting the emphasis there? You know, like I could always switch up the emphasis. And when I switch up the emphasis, if you're paying attention, you might know that was my Easter egg for Ryan.
Yeah, you should actually. Yeah. That would be funny.
Restarts, double file.
Did you already do Dover?
Shootout style.
He's yeah. We're paying attention.
Okay. We're working ahead.
Oh, you're way ahead.
Yeah. We're into May.
Oh wow.
It's gonna be.
I can't.
It's gonna be me.
That meme needs to die and never come back again.
If I was Justin Timberlake, I'd ban that from the internet forever.
I would ask for like copyright and ask for royalties.
Didn't he like a couple of years ago tweet out something that was like, I said it's gonna be me, losers.
I don't know.
Because he did.
Yeah.
He just pronounces May.
May.
So terrible. I refuse to even say
Refuse.
it.
Kim refuses to do that.
We have some topics we want to go over.
Well, I was going to do a transition. You know who refused to lose at Talladega?
Oh.
Joseph Legato.
Jose.
Yeah.
Who was it that won in the truck series maybe last year? And he came in and he was like pumped and he was like, yeah. Like in Victory Lane.
Did he have an interview?
Like he was in the background, but you could hear it.
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, I'll have to look it up. I thought he said the F word.
Huh.
Anyway, the big one. I actually had dinner plans. I couldn't go.
America.
But you went.
Where?
To the big one on the boulevard.
I did attend that.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
It was. I feel like I have a great time there every year, and I feel like I have a better time each year.
Russell said it was the best turnout he's had. I'm kind of pissed I couldn't go.
I will say I've never seen that many campers in the infield, and that many people in the infield for that, which is awesome.
You had like a rock star stance going on at one point when the float pulled up. You had like your front foot on the fence, just like chucking beers out there, like, all right, man.
Yeah, I was throwing
we're gonna
beers.
party.
Yeah, I was ready to go.
Yeah,
I was a little tuned up at that time.
All the drivers were tuned up from what I.
Besides William Byron. William Byron.
Oh, well, he's underage.
Yeah, William Byron went 20. So he was on the float just like standing there.
Oh, bless. Next year.
It was like throwing. Next year he can have.
Next year he should get rowdy.
Beats? You want a koozie? Here you go.
What was the highlight of the big one on the boulevard?
I don't know. I saw Chuck and I hit him in the head with beads. Yeah, that was fun.
I made it in a stripper's Instagram story, I think.
Did you?
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa!
Well, because they were like warming up. As the float was going by,
the
there was some stretches. Yeah.
Warming up.
You know officially that they're strippers?
I don't know. I assume just because they were next using context clues.
Stereotyping?
Yeah, well, using context clues and the location of the back tattoo.
That's sexist.
There was a stripper pole right next to them. They were wearing rather skimpy clothing, and they were sitting there like posing for the camera. And then like I walked behind. I was in full on producer mode because I was just trucking down the boat, and I just turned and like looked right at the camera as they were doing an Instagram story. I was like, oh, well, okay.
I would actually like to take pole dancing classes because it's apparently a really good workout.
Core.
Yeah.
It's like core and upper body. You have to be strong to do that.
Mm-hmm. I took a major in high school on pole dancing classes. No. I went to my old high school yesterday.
How was that?
And my old
really?
elementary school. Yeah.
For like an appearance?
No, we were filming this thing for NBC, like a
home.
Racing Roots.
Gotcha.
That deal. And we went to High Point. I had Biscuit Factory and went to my.
Yum.
You ever had Biscuit Factory?
I haven't, but it sounds delicious.
Oh, it could be terrible.
It could, but you were like, we had Biscuit Factory.
Yeah, no, it was great. It's like it's a High Point secret. But
it's not.
Well, no one listens to the podcast anyway, so. But no,
some people do.
Yeah, some people do.
I don't know if anybody in High Point listens.
No, I don't think so. I always see where Greensboro gets the highest ratings, like of viewership of NASCAR races.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. We need to see where our highest
listen
area
demographic is. Yeah, if it's in Saskatchewan or something.
Some Canadians out there.
Mid-America.
Mid-America?
Middle America.
Mid-Ohio? Sports car club?
My family, that's where all my family is, in Mid-Ohio.
Are they?
Middle Ohio.
Yep.
They're just all hanging out in the middle of Ohio.
Oh, my aunt and uncle actually live in Lexington. And then the rest of my family's in Mansfield, right down the road.
Mansfield. Which is, that's right by.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
Yeah, we have. Mm-hmm. On this podcast.
Yeah.
Dale had his baby.
Yeah.
Dale had a kid. Yeah, they had a baby finally.
It was 1 day off from.
I wouldn't say finally, but it was like
or 1 or 2 days off from being born. Like he wanted it to be born on Senior's birthday.
Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah,
and that was Sunday, and baby was born Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, what was yesterday?
Tuesday.
Yeah,
so close.
Yeah, very close, very very close. But that's cool day.
Are you gonna babysit?
No, I wouldn't trust me with a kid. I was so awkward going to. I love kids at the racetrack.
I know. I always see pictures of you always with the little ones.
Yeah, I love that. It gets very overwhelming when you go to an elementary school with kindergarten through 6th graders.
And they're all coming after you.
Running wild. Like they gave them push pops before. Handfuls.
Here,
and it was
have this bag of sugar.
Unreal how hyped they were. It was like
it's so unfortunate. I wish you could age the opposite. So when you're older, like you work up and you have more energy as you get older, as opposed to vice versa. It would make it a lot easier on the parents. And then think about you would be like running marathons at 70,
which would be great. I mean, I played soccer last night for the first time in 10 years, and like mentally, you're still a young kid. Physically, at the end of the night, you're icing yourself down with collard greens, peas, mixed vegetables.
Oh, the frozen.
Yeah, the frozen vegetables. Just
is that what you did?
Yeah,
last night.
Yeah. Had them on my knees and on my ankle, and it was a good time.
Yeah,
had a lot of fun. But
did you score any goals?
We got blown out. It was like 10-1.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
well,
no.
Look, you got maybe 4 or 5 people on the team that have played.
Okay,
and then Justin Beatty, one of our producers,
was on.
He was on there, and he loved it. He had a great time.
That's all it should be. It's fun.
And there's a couple other folks that are just learning soccer for the first time, so it's interesting to watch. It's fun. Yeah,
it's funny if like you don't really ever play soccer, how uncoordinated you are with your feet.
The ball. Yeah,
like you walk every day, you run a lot. You think you're pretty coordinated with both your feet, and then when you put a round sphere in front of it, you look like you look like you have baby legs.
Yeah, and crazy. You use leg muscles that you never knew existed.
Yeah,
or forgot that
you
they
feel
existed.
them the next day. Yeah, but it's fun. I just too much running and stuff.
But it's a great workout. It's a great workout.
It's a good workout. We speaking of sports, we blew Denny's basketball team out by 30.
Oh, who's on your team this year?
Myself, Austin Dillon, Ty Dillon.
Austin you've got
Craven.
both Dillons.
I don't know if you know Austin Craven is. And
yeah, their guy.
Waltrip is on our team, and then another guy who's not in the racing industry. But yeah, our team's pretty good.
Oh, speaking of, did you watch the Raptors Cleveland game last night?
I didn't
Toronto Cleveland game. You didn't.
It.
They went to overtime.
I saw highlights that it was pretty exciting.
It was so good. We saw Infinity War last night, and then we got home just in time to see the last 10 seconds of the game, and then it went to overtime, so we got to see overtime. Infinity War, though.
We're gonna talk about spoilers.
What the? I'm so mad at that movie.
Talk about spoilers.
Just for our producer Justin Burrows.
You saw it, Chuck? Yes. Okay.
We're not.
Okay.
We're not going to talk spoilers.
There's so much.
We're not going to spoil it. I just walked out and I was pissed.
It was funny.
Go see it. It's good.
People should see it. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I never said it was a bad movie. It's actually a really good movie. And you forget how many people are part of the Marvel universe. And you're like, oh, I forgot about that one. Oh yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. He's back. She's back. Yeah. And then you're like,
how about
Mother Trucker?
How about like the first 5 minutes? Like that was insane.
Oh yeah.
10 minutes. It was nuts.
Hang on. You know what would be also fun? And then you remember that time that one thing happened about this time in the movie?
Other thing?
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, and then the one thing that with the thing and the 2 people that did the thing and the thing? Yeah.
There was a group of people that did the thing.
Yeah.
And then that one person was like,
it was all the people doing all of the things.
And then the post credits.
Oh, and the post.
There was a lot of humor. The humor in it's good.
Yeah.
It was a very funny movie, like I said.
I forget which preview. There was a trailer, a Marvel trailer. Maybe it was for Deadpool, but in the trailer for Deadpool 2, they made fun of DC.
Yeah.
How it's like so dark.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the joke was, but it was really funny because you forget DC is super dark and Marvel is like lighthearted and
it's pretty great.
Like lighthearted is not the right snarky.
Infinity War was not lighthearted.
No, but like, they're snarky. Like
they're snarky.
What?
There were some brutal moments in that
Chris
movie.
Pratt is hilarious in it, and
Pratt.
Iron Man is always Robert Downey Jr. is always like got the one.
Thor was really funny.
Thor was really funny.
Yeah, I thought
he kept calling what's his face Rabbit.
Kept calling Rocket Rabbit.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good movie. Go see it.
I would go. I think I'm
The
going to
ending,
see it. I
though,
think I'm
is
seeing it again tonight.
So this would make number 3?
Stupid.
2.
Yeah. The ending.
But they
Don't
said
say
it-
the ending
they
was
s-
stupid.
It's not stupid, but you're just
You're stupid.
angry.
Now,
Were you not
no,
angry?
You're gonna, no, everyone's going to be angry. At the
I
end.
was happy.
I was ecstatic.
Yeah.
I got out of my seat.
Yeah.
and
I was like, you know what?
They
Thank you,
set it
Marvel.
up for another
Yeah.
one, which
And
that
I-
actually excited me. I was like, there has to be another one.
I stone colded 2 beers. I was so happy. I'm like, yeah.
The movie was actually packed for a Tuesday night. We looked back. The whole theater was full.
Mm-hmm. It was a couple of folks went in Talladega on our crew, and they were originally going to go to like an 8:00 showing,
Yeah.
and ended up going to a 10 because the 8, 8:30, 9, and 9:30 were sold out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's incredible.
I mean, it's broken so many records of box office.
between it and Black
as
Panther,
as
I
it
think
should,
the
because
Marvel
it was really good.
Yeah.
the Marvel universe is taking the box office by storm.
Yeah. I mean,
Dun dun dun.
Storm, X-Men.
yeah, but that's a Fox thing.
Storm.
I know.
Isn't that the name of the act? Storm something.
Huh?
The new act.
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
No, he doesn't get an
Axe?
axe. You're crazy.
no,
People are going to be so pissed that we've talked a little bit about this stuff.
they're
But
not.
it's
We
fine.
didn't ruin anything.
But it's fine. Iron Man dies.
Speaking of ruins,
Don't listen to him.
speaking of ruining,
All right.
old chewed bubble gum. Kim, you sent this to me.
Oh yeah,
People making shoes out of old chewed bubble. But
bubblegum
my words aren't working.
as well
right
as
now.
other stuff.
My word machine is
So they're
malfunctioning.
using old bubblegum to make essentially a plastic type rubber material.
Mhm.
My question is, which I didn't watch the entire video, which is
So you sent it to me, but you didn't watch it.
that's a
Good
really
job. Yeah.
bad
Just saw the title.
way
yeah.
to go. I
I'm-
watched the first 30 seconds. I want to know where they're getting the old chewed bubblegum.
You know, just
Trash cans.
Are they
Trash
going to like one of
cans.
those walls where all the people stick their gum and they're just
Yeah.
scraping it off?
Streets.
my computer's frozen. I would tell you.
Oh.
But,
Would you wear shoes made of old chewed bubblegum?
I mean, it's not like I'm wrapping my feet in old chewed bubble gum. There's still
It's just a soul,
like
right?
a sole underneath the shoe. So there's a leather upper or whatever you got on
Yeah,
the
it doesn't
shoe. So
bother me. It's just
yeah.
interesting.
It is interesting that
Like
you
of
can
all the
repurpose
things that you can repurpose, you're going to repurpose old chewed bubblegum.
Yeah, why not?
Is
mean-
bubblegum destructible? I don't think it is. You know the thing, like the adage, like don't swallow bubblegum because
It'll take 7 years.
it'll take
for it
7
to-
years and it will come out the same as it went in.
Ryan is watching the video
Oh.
right now
Oh, it's pink.
on his phone. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like bubblicious.
The world spends about $25 billion a year on doing bubblegum.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
And it cost England $79 million to rid it from their streets.
So they're
year.
taking the used
Oh.
gum from the streets.
Yeah.
Like I
They're
said,
just sending out scouts
Yeah.
to scrape the gum off of everywhere.
I got the spinning beach ball of death on my
Mm,
computer, so I
It's
can't
unfortunate.
act like I know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about right
They're
now.
going to make bike tires.
hmm
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Bike tires.
There's a lot of rubber products out
Yeah.
there, so you can save the rubber tree.
We're going to be running bubblegum
Bubblegum
Uh-huh.
tires.
and NASCAR.
It gives a
Oh,
new
that
meaning to
would be
like
funny.
sticker tires.
Gum tech. Okay, so they just have like drop-offs.
Oh my
which
gosh!
is
Instead
weird.
of a trash can,
Yeah,
it's
look
just
at this. It's just a little ball. You put
like
your,
the
put your gum
little
in.
like the little
Look at
poop,
that.
like
Oh
the
my
little
God.
poop things that you
Get
put your dog poop in, and instead it's gum.
That's a whole shoe made of bubblegum.
Yeah, it's like see that one I wouldn't wear.
Yeah, that's
It was
that's
like a rain
Yeah,
boot.
but they're gonna obviously
wash the gum
antibacterial.
out.
They're gonna
I don't know
do
how
something,
they do that.
heat it or
Melt it
something.
down. Yeah, I guess they,
sterilize the gum.
She did say at the beginning it's edible, so you could actually. Did you not read that line where it said? So I guess you could technically eat it if you really wanted to. It's like the silverware that's made out of whatever corn. You know what I'm talking
They
about?
got silverware made out
It's
of corn. Like you take the corn
Biodegrade-
cob and you
it's
file it down.
biodegradable. It's biodegradable silverware, and a lot of times you get at quick serve restaurants that are like eco-friendly.
Mhm.
If you really wanted to, you could eat it. The silverware. They're not saying you should, but if you
But you-
ingested it, it's not going to hurt you.
but if you were so hungry you just chewed through your fork, it's okay.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
You ever bitten a fork on accident? Like,
Oh,
Like a metal fork.
oh
Ugh.
yeah,
the
it's
worst.
so
It's
bad.
the worst. That okay? Let me ask you this: on like biting thing, like that scraping of metal on your teeth. Not a
Ugh.
fan of that, or like somebody scraping metal on a plate.
I don't like any of that.
Yeah, there's in sounds that you don't like.
The scrape metal
Yeah.
on the plate always reminds me of Ace Ventura. By Nature Calls when he's scratching on the plate.
Doing the
Yeah.
torture.
Yeah.
stuff.
That I don't like the sound of nail clippers either.
Really?
My roommate will sit in her bathroom
Of
and
clipping
clip,
actual
like
nails?
the actual like
Or
the sound of like the clipping, it drives me nuts.
I say, do you actually clip your nails, or do you just sort of let it? Do you bite them till?
No, I mean occasionally I'll bite them, but I usually clip them. But the sound of somebody else clicking, it doesn't bother me when I do mine, but when listening to somebody else.
See, have you ever been around someone when they're clipping their toenails or fingernails around, like in college? You're in a dorm room.
I'm also picturing like the shards of nail, like
that's
flying,
what I'm worried
and
about.
I think that's what like annoys me. I'm like, where are these nails clippings going?
It's a hazard.
Because you can't always control them.
You ever been in a hotel room and seen a clipping?
Yes.
And it's like, come on, crew. Just
I've seen somebody bite their nails on an airplane, which is disgusting.
It's gross. I hate the barefoot people on airplanes and in airports.
They're
by
bad.
the way, number one, why would you ever wear sandals to an airport?
No clue.
And take your feet off and walk through.
Take your feet off.
I think
take your sandals.
I think they're trying to make it easy to go through security.
Wear slip-ons.
Yeah.
These tennis shoes slip on and off. I don't tie them.
They make loafers.
Yeah.
And they make
Crocs.
shoes.
I'm playing devil's
Crocs with
advocate.
socks, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you saying this because do you wear sandals?
I don't wear sandals, but occasionally I'll forget to wear socks with like my Vans or whatever, and I'll have to go through.
We had
barefoot.
an old camera guy that would wear like the Nike flip-flop things going
slides?
through. Yeah, and like gym shorts. And it's like, just put a little bit of like
effort into it.
Yeah, like people in general in the airport, like put a little bit of effort.
You get a wide variety.
Yeah.
The worst.
You get all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
The worst. I've seen, it's always funny to me of people sprinting through the airport.
Yeah.
I've only ever had to do that one time in my life.
I love watching that.
I think it was either flying to Richmond or it was flying to Talladega last weekend. I was walking to my gate. It was Talladega. I was walking to my gate, and I saw these two women as I came through out of the security checkpoint. I saw them sprinting across, and I just saw them running. They got to their gate, and it had they just closed the door, and one of them was just sitting there crying, like, like that's got to be the worst feeling in the world.
No,
like,
the worst feeling is, do you know Lauren Fox that works on Vision? Where were we? Was it somewhere in a race market? I think we were flying back from California. She got to the gate in plenty of time. She fell asleep at the gate. Because of like the time change and all that. They called boarding. They didn't call her name. Nobody tried to be like, hey, miss, are you on this flight? I think DW was even on her flight. Not that he necessarily knows her. Nobody woke her up, and she missed her flight.
Wow.
And she had been there in plenty of time and just fell asleep because she was so tired.
It
was like a red eye, I think.
Yeah, I do get paranoid about that, falling asleep at your gate, because you never know when they're gonna, or how long you're gonna sleep. It's crazy.
My real fear is falling asleep on a plane.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they would wake you up.
No, not. I mean, I know they would wake you up, but the fear is not from like missing anything. It's from you fall asleep. I'm scared of breaking wind.
You've never fallen asleep ever on an airplane?
I have, but like my fear when I do is I will like
your fear is
I'll drop ass, wake myself up, and do that like dog thing, like was that me? Did I do that?
You have farted so hard in your sleep one time it's woken you up.
It was on a plane. It was a red eye back.
So this actually comes from experience.
Yeah.
Wow. You've had
it was a red eye back from Phoenix,
and
amazing. Everyone was asleep, and it was me and one of the camera guys for NASCAR. He was sitting next to me, and he didn't move, so I assume he just.
You know what's worse than that?
Because I was middle seat on it too.
Yeah.
What you have to is I've taken. It hasn't happened to me, but I've been in yoga classes, especially with men, where you're in all sorts of positions, and so air is getting worked through your body in different ways, and it's like relatively silent in a yoga room. And people have let out a little fart. Yes.
What?
Squeak?
Okay, hang on.
And then there's
what does
like
a yoga fart sound like?
Giggles ensue.
Yeah, yoga farts. Is a yoga fart unique?
It's usually like quieter than. It's not like ripping
is it like
ass.
I have theories about this. So if it's now, I've never been to a yoga class before. I've never seen them. I'm just stereotyping here of what yoga classes are like. Yeah, like you said, I'm guessing it is very peaceful, very quiet, zen.
Yeah, it's a quiet. Occasionally you'll get an instructor that does play music, especially if it's like a flow class. But usually it's like relatively quiet.
Yeah. So I was going there where what he just said.
Yeah. Go there.
So.
Go there.
I could see like just a normal quiet class, like a little squeaker.
Yeah,
And then that'd be hilarious.
I've been in classes where like somebody has let air
toot
out, but then everybody giggle. Like it's.
I would giggle for sure, but what if like a hot wet yoga fart, like
like a
oh, that's terrible.
like
big,
and especially like okay. So like guys when they do yoga apparently wear like looser clothes.
I've seen looser, and I've seen some guys wear
like the tight,
like
a toiga,
basically compression shorts, but not anything over it.
Because I feel like that would rattle more. Like with the
maybe
it's gonna be more. It's like a taut snare drum. You get a little
or it might muffle it a little bit. It depends how powerful the fart is.
Or somebody sent us something last year about underwear that mitigated the smell, but not the sound. My thing is the sound. You need something to muffle the sound. It was the smell, not the sound.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Is there a way with fabrics and such to muffle, like put a fart silencer?
Like a gun?
Yeah, like a suppressor. It's a fart suppressor.
A suppressor?
Yeah.
Let me put that in my notes.
That is in the notes of things
we're going
to
try to do that. Yeah. But I will say it's and our producer just texted me, it's not as satisfying if it's quiet. But I am more for the end result of the end result of farting is the smell.
Yeah.
Like if mine smells bad, I'm proud of that thing.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. That would like
but if it's loud too, you're like
it was you knew it was me. Yeah. But there are times when like if you're an asshole, you know, you're real D-bag. If you what are you staring at? What's going on?
He's taking a photo.
Oh, there's somebody taking a photo from outside the
stalker.
Squirrel?
Squirrel. No, but a thing that I was talking about. If you're a real asshole, real douchebag,
you would do what?
Let out a silent one, and just be like, "Oh man, who did that?" And just watch everyone like gasping for air.
I don't even say anything. I just
let it go.
Ultimately, somebody's gonna smell it
and see
who let that out.
See who it hits first.
Yeah,
I like to see who it hits first. If you're, now I don't like pass wind in a big old room of people, but if it's like a few buddies hanging out, have some Del Taco or something earlier that day, and
are you ever surprised by which direction it goes?
You never know. You can aim it sometimes. Yeah, but
like on a bar stool.
You ever hotbox somebody?
Oh yeah,
in the car.
Oh, it's great.
No.
Crank the heat, roll up the windows and lock them, and then drop it.
I don't crank the heat.
Hot?
We've done that before.
Sounds terrible.
It's a hot, sweaty,
that is warm
fart box.
Oh man.
Okay.
I will. The best thing is though.
How about in an elevator?
Oh no!
See, that's just
brutal.
mean. Yeah,
that's brutal.
That's mean. But all the other stuff you said wasn't.
It's the smallest confined place.
Well, because like with an elevator,
there's
the risk of somebody like coming in and like it's unfortunate for that person. If
do you do it right before you walk off the elevator though? Like as you're leaving, you let it go and the doors close and you're just left with it.
Yeah, but like, have you ever seen somebody do that? And then somebody walks in and is like, oh, that is terrible. That is just
but if you're the one walking off, nobody will know.
I think they know. They'd be like, that motherfucker just planted a bomb. He had an IED over here, and he left it.
Turd Ferguson is dropping
fudge dragon.
Sounds terrible.
Fudge dragon. I have not heard that one. That is, I love that.
Interesting.
I'm going to write that down in my list of things to say.
Drop the dragon, fudge dragon in the urinal.
You sound like a big burly man. I bet it was you.
Anyways,
turd in the back seat of this car.
Is that on my floor? There's a human on my floor. Anyways,
yeah.
Maybe I don't want to get into that.
You don't want to get into that?
I was saying a buddy of mine was walking. We were talking about, I forget who it was, but we were talking about Los Angeles because I was like, I was at LA. I went out there for the premiere and I go out there a couple times a year. He's like, yeah, I don't really like it. I had one time there and it like scarred me. He's like, I was walking down the street and there was this, there's a lot of homeless people in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he walked by a couple homeless people, and out of the corner of his eye, he saw something on the ground, and he turned back, and it was a human pooper.
Nope.
On the ground.
No, thank you.
And he was like, "That did it for me." That's done.
Oh.
Who's going to clean that up?
I guess when you're out in the wild and you step in poop, you never know if it's dog poop or if it's human poop.
Bear.
The way people have been pooping in yards and grass, you never know now.
I mean,
never know.
Like you can, like deer, you can tell that's those are
yeah.
deer
We've
dropping.
talked, and rabbit, you can tell.
Yeah.
Dog, you can't really.
Sometimes you can kind of tell.
Not
that's,
if
that's
it's a
dog.
bigger dog.
Fair, but
that's true.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like if it's a Doberman. You don't
but I mean,
really
you could
know.
like inspect it. Are there like bits of corn?
Yeah,
You know, like what's the diet like?
All I know is
Some leafy greens in here.
yeah, like either this is a vegetarian
Yeah.
or it's a wild.
I don't think you would be able to tell
Takes
the
a lot
difference
to break
between
down collards.
Otis's poop and a person's poop.
Yeah,
I don't know. If an animal as big as I do, unless it was an elephant, those massive logs,
big old pile of elephant dung.
Ugh.
And we'll get back to dissecting more types of poop after this quick word from one of our sponsors.
Are you the world's greatest NASCAR fan? Here's your chance to prove it. Go to NASCAR.com/Ford and tell us why you should be inducted into the Ford Hall of Fame. You could win a new Ford vehicle plus a VIP experience through the 2018 Ford Championship Weekend.
And we're back.
That was a great word from our sponsor.
It
Ford
was.
Hall of
It was.
Fans.
And
That's a big deal to get a new Ford vehicle plus a VIP experience.
Yeah.
Usually it's one or the other. People don't usually offer all the goods.
You going handheld
Yeah,
on
I
your
was
mic
just
now?
going to hold it.
I'm going to go over here now and just sort of turn with the mic and talk to you. Okay. No, we've been throwing the Ford Hall of Fans into the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, this past one was a Joey fan.
Joey won at Talladega.
Appropriate.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, no, it should be a cool deal.
The one in
There's a lot of
Richmond.
stuff for 'em.
Did you see the one in Richmond?
I didn't get to see
It was a fan that had recreated an old, I think it was a David Pearson.
Oh,
17,
yes, I did. The 17.
And
Yeah, I saw that thing driving.
Yeah.
I drove by the DO lot. It was awesome.
Yeah, they went and talked to him. So go check those out on NASCAR.com. Look for rearview mirror. Look for Kim's face, and you can see those in there. And you can.
Speaking of Darlington, your dad, you unveiled your car last week. We talked about it, but we didn't talk about it after.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
We
right.
talked
talked
about it,
about
but we
it,
didn't
but we didn't
talk
talk
about
about
the
it.
car.
Okay, yeah.
So he knew something was up when he got there, and it's like a stock car covered.
Yeah. So he
Did he figure it out before then?
didn't know what car it was.
Oh, okay.
He didn't know it was,
But did he know it was a
a
Darlington throwback, or did he think you were just unveiling a special car?
Well, we got there and he saw the car cover. He's like, "What's this?" He's like, "Is this some throwback thing?" So I think he figured out. He was like, "Oh, it's a Darlington throwback." And then right when he figured that out, we kind of I was like, "All right, let's get it off." I don't want
Before
him
he,
putting the
sits
puzzles
there.
together.
Yeah.
And but no, it was cool. He was pumped up and it was pretty neat. A lot of people liked it too. I thought it turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a good looking
So-
ride.
It's a sporty looking ride.
Yeah, sporty.
It's so sporty.
So
Like I
I'm
feel like
excited.
saying, like you got to wake up pretty early in the morning to get one past old Dave Blaney.
yeah, not a lot get past him. He's a sharp individual. He's a special guy.
So I'm guessing you couldn't get away with a lot as a kid. Dads have a way of figuring stuff out.
No, moms do more than dads.
My mother would
I think
figure
moms
more
are
stuff
worse.
out but my dad was gone all the time. So he was he was kind of like he was my racing side,
Mm-hmm.
like, and then mom was like my at home side.
At-home
like
side.
she would bust my ass if I got in trouble or set straight, things like that. And dad never really cared as long as that stuff was taken care of and I was racing. So, but yeah, he's actually, I don't know. Mom was more of the.
Who do you think's worse to
the
disappoint,
ruler.
mom or dad? If you
Can't
have to pick,
disappoint.
if you have to pick one, you
Can't
don't want to disappoint
Mama.
either.
Yeah, I think Mama Bear.
Mom's worse.
They look at you like it's. They don't even have to
Yeah.
say anything. Some of the
Yeah.
times it's just that look.
I think for a girl, maybe it might be dad. It might be worse.
Yeah, maybe it swaps that. I could see it swap.
Well, girls
I
tend to
want
be
people-
closer to their like.
Also,
there's a-
my mom in particular is very sensitive. So if she's upset, not that it doesn't bother me, but relative.
And Kim just broke the studio.
I'm
You
not.
just leave that right there.
We're just gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it.
Relative to how
Put this
often
over
she.
No, let's talk about what just
Yes.
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's talk about.
we're
what just
not going to
happened.
walk past that.
What
I talk with my hands.
So you talk with you need this whole space, and your water bottle was sitting dangerously close to the
Mhm.
edge.
Luckily, it's got a lid on it.
Am I wet?
No,
I'm dry, guys.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what she
actually,
said.
actually, Actually, I'm not dry. I peed myself a little bit. A
little bit of
You
poo
were so
came out.
scared.
a little bit of pee and poo came out. You're about both ends. Almost threw up too.
Trifecta.
Knock that off. I tried to. Well, we both tried to catch it.
Yeah.
I like to see. Can we see a replay? Play back.
Let's go to the tape. Right now
Roll tape.
on YouTube, you will be seeing the replay of this.
You did have quick reflexes.
Kim's arm sweeps
Cat-like
to
reflexes.
the
You
right.
didn't
Didn't
well,
matter,
it's an
though.
odd shape.
And then you
It's
knocked
fine.
my water bottle over
Wait. Oh,
in the
you
process.
just
So now I
did.
have nothing to drink.
I want to slow-mo telestrate this as it's going on.
We have Mike Helton back at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Mike, what do you see?
They're all behind. All the water bottles.
Well, yeah,
are down
what
now.
we got is Kim's arm came out there, flung the water bottle in a sort
At
of...
least the mic didn't drop.
The mic almost dropped.
Yeah.
And it would have dropped
hit the mic.
right on my nuts. Like, that
It was a
been-
good catch. Good
Would
hand.
that have
terrible.
been
Yeah.
my
Good play
fault?
from the hands
Would that have
team.
been my fault or his fault if he knocked his mic into his lap?
I don't really know. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
We have Rich Chaplin on the scene. Ranch.
Hey, at least you didn't have your cup today. That was open.
Well, the cup
And
always
that-
sits here, though.
Yeah, but
that
at least it wasn't
hey, you
an
never
open
know.
cup
With,
of something
With Kim's
spilling.
hand, she could have went all the way over here as
I'm
well.
not even Italian, and I talk with my hands.
Kim's getting handsy.
Hey,
Kim likes to play with her hands. You should see what she does with her feet.
don't. There's some weird people that have foot fetishes.
There are weird people out there.
Foot fetish.
Yeah, but
Mm.
anyway,
Sorry.
Okay.
Speaking of weird people, this is
What?
going back to Talladega.
Okay.
Oh my God. We were filming a lot of fan stuff.
Yeah.
Have you ever been across the street to the Geico North campground
where they
the
sell
college?
the firewood.
Yeah, where the college party is.
No. Didn't know there was one.
Yeah.
Didn't know that existed.
No quiet hours over there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do
Do they even come to the race?
They come to the race.
Okay.
They come to. I think they said they
some
did.
people just go to
Yeah.
the tailgate and that sort of thing.
I didn't confirm. I mean, I knew that some of them went over to the race. We talked to a couple of them, and then we saw them in the stands, so I knew they were there. But some of the folks down there, like the college kids, they might not have made it there. Because when we were talking to them at like 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon,
Yeah.
They were.
they were pretty good. Like we saw a guy do a backflip off of a truck.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I saw a fan outside of Richmond when I was leaving Richmond. We're like leaving. It's like 10:30. The race actually ended early. It was like 10. It ended. We're pulling out, and there's a girl sitting by like this figure. As we get closer, it's a girl like face down in the grass. She for sure had too much,
Oh, no.
and she was drunk. It wasn't just like maybe she's having an issue or just taking a nap, or
Oh, she was taking a nap.
because it was freezing that night.
yeah,
and
that's
she
right.
was in a sleeveless shirt, and there was
Nobody around?
well,
was
her
just-
friend was there.
Just
Oh.
like sitting there
next to
going,
her.
"It's okay.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
It's okay, Elizabeth.
Yeah, but when somebody's underdressed
Becky.
for cold weather,
Becky, it'll be okay."
usually they've got a beer blanket.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Which is
Blankets.
fake. Like that myth that if you drink alcohol, you'll stay warm at night.
Then why did the St. Bernards have the whiskey and the little? Isn't that what they carried? Their
It'll
little
help
collar?
revive you, but it's not going to. If you think, oh, if I get drunk, I won't need a blanket if I'm sleeping outside, you'll still get cold because it thins the blood, I believe, which then helps
if you're-
lower your temperature,
I think if you're
which
drunk,
is not good on a cool night.
I think you're not
Uh,
sleeping outside, but I think if you're drunk enough, you don't feel the cold as much as
You
if
don't
you're
feel the cold,
sober.
but I'm saying if she had passed out like that and stayed out there, that would not have been good.
Well, yeah, because maybe you don't feel it, but
But
it's still
it's
doing
still-
the
Well,
same
it's still
damage to
doing
your
its
body.
thing.
There's damage
That's
is
what
still
I'm
happening.
saying.
Yeah.
It's still doing damage to the body, but you're not feeling it. That's
Yeah.
the point, though. You're not feeling it.
Right.
Is it-
Can't feel nothing.
yeah.
Just
I had a
not feeling-
nickel for every
Yeah.
time I was told that.
Can't feel anything.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh.
Oh, just pretty much just be smart if you're out there drinking and don't pass out in the cold
Yes.
because it's not going to.
And always have a good friend
Yes.
with you.
Use the buddy system.
Or if you're going to pass out in the cold, just
Wear
wear
more
warm clothes.
Walk around with a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yes.
what is it? What was the Snuggie?
Yeah, walk around with a Snuggie.
Yeah.
Are
You
Snuggies
can-
still a thing?
Why not? I mean,
They should be.
It's a blanket with arms. You can make your own Snuggie if you wanted to.
Just cut
Kind
some
of like a
holes.
flying squirrel.
Yeah. Look like a wingsuit.
See, if more people at the track at night when they're camping, when they're drinking and all that, if they wore Snuggies, could save a lot of
Prevent a
like
lot of-
you'd have a blanket with you wherever
a lot
you went.
of saved
Yeah.
toes.
What if you could like sew a pillow into like
the side of it or something.
So, like you're talking about the flying squirrel thing. So you'd have like a pillow. You just.
Oh, that'd be sick.
That actually would be nice. Do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just kind of have it in there, and then we're just creating all kinds of things today on the podcast.
The ideas we make are pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Rodney Sandstorm out at Talladega?
Yes.
Did not realize that was him.
Really? You didn't know?
No. Well, when I first saw him was when y'all were getting on the float, and we're running around trying to grab like just quick sound bites from drivers of, oh yeah, fucking Talladega's awesome, man. Thank you, by the way.
I think we need.
What did I say?
I said just say something like Talladega is fucking awesome. And you're like, Talladega's fucking awesome.
You're talking about the
Thanks,
WeatherTech like reigning champion.
I know.
More champions should have personality like this.
No, did you like what he looked like?
For those that don't know,
there.
it was Jordan Taylor has an alter ego that's a NASCAR ultimate fan.
I mean, he's wearing the old
jorts, white tube socks,
fanny pack.
Yeah.
Jeff Gordon
throwback
Rainbow Warrior jacket.
Yeah. Velcro, white Velcro
like
shoes.
Dirty Stash.
He's a hilarious guy. If you don't follow him on Instagram, he's so funny. And hanging out with him that night, it was, I'm not shitting you. We were at this Dega Club, which is a little place where a lot of people drink in Talladega on the boulevard. And he came up, he's like, hey man, you want some spray? I was like,
was it like Axe body spray?
Yeah, that's what I was like, smell? Like, spray? No, remember the sour spray?
Oh, stop.
Yeah, that is, he went zip and he pulled it out. And I didn't know what it was at first. I'm like, that's some bitter alcohol. But he was like, no, it's sour spray. I'm like, yo, that's awesome. And then he gave me a fruit by the foot.
Oh, yes. That was totally
he went full 90s.
I wanted him on the podcast last year.
I wish you could fit a Lunchable in there.
Oh, that'd be great. I tweeted him, too, and he said,
at?
He's in Florida. We actually went to the same high school. I'm older than him, but I had said we should have him on the podcast last year, and I had tweeted something about it.
We should get him on.
And he said, well, I think I'm going to be in Charlotte some dates, but it never happened.
Okay.
Now you've made some sort of connection.
Yeah.
You guys shared a moment. He sprayed some stuff in your mouth. I think that warrants him being on the podcast.
Okay.
Jordan Taylor, we are officially inviting you to be on Glass Case of Emotion. I don't know what camera I'm looking at. That camera.
Rodney,
center camera.
I got to say it again. It's fine.
No, we got it.
Camera one,
profile.
camera two.
Camera
one?
Yeah.
Camera two. Camera one.
Anyway.
I'd like it'd be fun to have him on.
I also wanted to ask you a question about the big one on the boulevard. Did you, the fan in I think it was the No Balls event, the guy in the jorts.
Shirtless.
Yeah.
Massive guy.
Aggressive guy.
Let me tell you about this guy. So this competition, the No Balls competition, was pretty much musical chairs on a slippery tarp with
like greased up medicine or
medicine
like
exercise
workout, Bozu.
Yeah.
And so they played just like musical chairs. And so it was funny because it was slippery. And there was this one massive guy. And he had jorts and no shirt on. I think he had a dirty stash. And I just kept giving him beers. Every time he'd win, I'd give him a beer. And he'd crack it open and down it.
Shocked on it.
And he was already in a bad way.
Oh.
I don't want to know how many it took for him to get that way because he's a large individual. But I think I fed him about 5 or 6 beers in a span of 6 minutes.
It was a little bit longer. 10 minutes. 10 to 15.
He was.
Yeah.
Did he win?
No. Well, everyone started to dislike him because he kind of pushed that lady.
He got aggressive. Like he was like
You're
boxing
supposed to.
out. But it was like full on, like he would start like doing sort of like a
pre-box out.
Like a ram sort of headbutt to like
while the music was playing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was funny, man. One guy finally, I think, pushed him out of the circle, and he fell.
And he like came charging back in with an extra ball and like just like bounced off of me.
Oh,
it was a good time.
What was the mystery substance for Trap Queen?
Ooh, don't know. I didn't taste it. I'm sorry.
What did it look like?
Reddish?
Remember? Yeah, it was like a reddish, brownish barbecue sauce, maybe.
Oh,
it might have been
that's terrible.
It might have been.
What if it was hot sauce? That would be stinging.
Well,
we talked about that last week that it could have been. But
that's a safety hazard.
I don't know if
it
was
stinging some parts.
Yeah. I think it was maybe barbecue sauce. Maybe.
Oh,
IDK.
Sorry. The Talladega thing made me think you have to ride in the big rig.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the race.
How amazing was that?
Wait, the what?
All right, you know at the beginning of the race when the bobtail 18-wheeler, tractor trailer.
Oh, for the intro stage?
With the flag.
Oh, for the flag. That's cool.
Yeah. That thing.
How fast were you going?
I don't know. I didn't look, but we were hauling. Like, we come off of right there, the entrance to 3. And when y'all came around for driver intros, we were kind of stationed back there.
Yeah.
And they get going. They roll along the apron. And coming off of 4, they slide up the track.
Oh, they go up the
track.
Oh,
yeah.
The banking there is...
He's, like, shifting. And, like, I had a camera, and I kind of moved over. And right after we passed the start-finish line, he downshifted. And I went... But that thing, like, it's hauling.
Yeah.
It's got to be
70,
80, 90, somewhere in
That's
there.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's a tradition. That's been going on there forever.
And we talked to the guys that did that, and they're pretty cool. They've been,
Same
one
guys?
of the guys. Same guys. The guy who started it had to step aside, but he was there, and he rode shotgun. Some health issues. He's an old racer. Used to be, was good friends with Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, cool.
They actually knew each other when Dale drove his car in like his 3rd race.
Oh, cool.
So there's this old racing connection. He's from like Anniston, or East Dega. And yeah.
How about that they got
cool
the Auburn coach
getting
Gus Malzahn
to do the command, and he threw in a War Eagle and just got booed.
What do you think's going to happen? Roll Tide game day.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You either got
that was a bad choice. Where was Nick Saban?
Yeah,
they should have brought Saban.
Okay, what about the Auburn fans?
There were less Auburn fans there because
when
all I heard was boos.
When they announced him
in Alabama,
I could hear him in the car, and they announced him, and they booed, and then I heard him yell War Eagle, and it was like pandemonium after that.
But see, in his defense, when they boo, I'm going to walk away from this. I'm not going to say War Eagle when you're booing me because I know why you're booing. You're booing because I'm the Auburn
I
head coach.
am surprised people booed instead of. I thought there would be like a collective Roll Tide to like one up it.
I don't think they have that kind of coordination.
No. They don't.
We were leaving the track, and we just speaking of coordination, saw a dude in like some cutoff sweatpants shorts with a Bama shirt stumbling down the side of the road.
Maybe he was the panty stealer. Joey and I were at breakfast reading a news report. No, it was an University of Alabama student that was arrested for pantsing female joggers, like
the Alabama panty
and
snatcher.
stealing women's underwear. Oh,
well, geez, Kim.
Kim is destroying
like
everything.
A bull in the china shop tonight.
I went to put my foot on the peg of the stool, and it like missed and slid off and slammed my shin into all of the things under the table.
So Kim is
currently drunk at 10 a.m. in the morning.
She's the Alabama Wrecking Crew.
She's.
But is there anything worse than hitting your shin though? Shin
rolling your ankle.
I don't have balls, so
no, I wasn't gonna say balls. A ankle shot by a Razor scooter. Maybe that was after your time, big kids. I don't know.
I know what a Razor scooter is, but
you would. Everybody.
That was a thing.
People
used to take ankle
when
shots.
It spins around and like the.
You try to you spin it and you take an ankle shot.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, come on now, that hurt. Yeah. Whatever. Back me up on.
All I know is
I haven't done it, but I could see where that would be terrible.
Yeah. Like a mother.
Hey,
I've never gotten
guards,
that.
Kim.
Have you ever had to do box jumps?
Though. Yes.
I've done them, and you're trying to see how high you can go, and you get to a threshold at some point. I took a chunk out of my shin on a wooden box one time.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I have missing hair, skin from it on my shin. It was crazy.
Terrible.
You could see the hair and skin on this on this corner that I.
There was skin on the box, but
it was gross.
Stubbing your toe and part of the nail comes up. Have you ever hit your toe?
Oh yeah. So funny story. Actually, it wasn't funny. It could be funny.
We can make it funny.
So we played basketball in Denny's League, and last year we were playing, and I got fouled hard, and like the guy stepped on my foot, like going the opposite way, and I went like the opposite way really fast.
Oh, didn't you break your toe or something?
Yeah, like 2 of them, and my left big toe was. I'm very sensitive about my left big toenail because it's like it's deformed, and it pretty much ripped it off. Like it was hanging, barely hanging on. And I was at a race. It was during the playoffs last year, and I was at a race going to the driver's meet. I'm like, what's that freaking toe? Because it was still kind of hanging on there, and I was like, oh, my toenail kind of came off, and it was breaking the skin on my toe, and another one grew underneath it, and I had to yank the rest of it off. But it's reborn. Crazy.
That is.
Another one grew underneath it.
It's also bad when you split your pinky toe from the rest of your toes. Have you ever done that, like on a piece of furniture or something?
That little bone does not like that.
That's pretty bad. Nose shots are bad too.
I took a soccer ball to the face last night.
Oh, did you?
Missed the nose. I tried to chest trap it, and
so it wasn't. You weren't even trying to headbutt it. I thought you were trying to head the ball.
No. I was trying to trap it, and my depth perception was off.
Didn't get up high enough.
I would like to see a slow-mo of that, like.
So yeah, I woke up this morning an hour earlier than I wanted to, and like was rushing to get out the door, and went and got my breakfast and my coffee, and was like getting ready to get in the car. I was like, oh, I've still got another hour until I need to be up at the studio.
I wonder if they'll ever outlaw headbutting in soccer, though.
A little confused about what time it was. And
concussed.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I've had them before because I took a forehead shot in flag football in college, fractured my nose bone and my cheekbone, and got a pretty decent little concussion. So, once you have them, you are...
Aren't all of them different, though?
Yeah.
Oh, all of the power just went out of the screen.
Well, thank you for listening. Yeah. And
is that our cue that we're supposed to stop?
We're back on. Yeah. We have signal again.
Kim, when you hit the desk
probably
earlier,
my shin still hurts.
You knocked out.
It's terrible.
The power.
I'm telling you, you should just start like wearing a helmet and some shin guards. Maybe some
should get my shins insured.
Like dress up like you're gonna go rollerblading.
You know how celebrities
just walk around like that.
Like weird things insured. Like doesn't Heidi Klum have her legs insured? And if you're like a supermodel, I think that's true.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've got these guns insured.
Oh,
really.
Tickets to the gun show.
Pew pew.
I call this one Jack Johnson. And this one, Mr. Wilberforce.
Do dudes name their biceps if they're like a meathead?
Not really.
I'm just asking. Like, would a meathead?
Sure. This one's Terry St. James.
This one's Captain Luke Picard of the.
Or the ones that have tattoos that make their bicep move and then it makes the tattoo move.
I have seen that before.
Petunia?
Yeah.
I've seen some terrible tattoos, man. I like the ones that I actually saw one. I don't know what to think of it, but like it's like a cartoon character, and like he's like punching, and his fist becomes the guy's fist.
Oh, that's dumb.
I was like, that's a disproportionate fist. It doesn't really looks weird.
Ooh.
It's weird tattoo.
Weird.
Yeah, none of those. No head I'm not a big fan of like head tattoos.
Head tattoos. Yeah. Post Malone keeps getting face tattoos.
Why?
I don't know.
The closer it is to your face, the worse the decision.
There was some comedian, like I saw it on the Facebook, that had like a neck tattoo and then like a face tattoo. And it's like, this is a decision that I regret. Like,
yeah.
It's like, but I'm stuck with it now. I'm going to own it. But yeah, definitely should not have, you know what's cool? Getting a face tattoo.
The closer it creeps up to your face, just stop.
Yeah.
I just don't get, why do you want to tattoo your face?
I don't. I'm getting closer to actually like.
Chuck actually has teardrops tattooed here. He just covers them up with makeup.
I wear makeup.
Spend some time.
Under his beard are cheek tattoos.
Yeah. And a tattoo of a beard.
Yeah. That's very little hair that's on his face.
Could you get a beard
right
tattoo?
I mean, you could.
That'd be
Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah. Well, they do like makeup tattoos, right?
Yeah, and they do
women get
like
the eyebrows tattooed on.
It's not TMI, but for women who have had to have like mastectomies, they do nipple tattoos that look like real nipples.
Right. Yeah,
shading.
I've seen that stuff. You're getting a call.
Oh,
Kim is vibrating again.
Getting a call from. Do you guys get random?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I get so many solicitors. 90% of the calls are solicitors.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I had tweeted this a while back though. I wish I had a landline, a home phone, because there's no satisfaction with like clicking a button. Like I want to answer and be like, "Stop calling me," and slam the receiver down.
They should make a phone case like that.
Yeah,
I think they.
I don't know. Well, they have like a thing you can connect to your. It's either a USB port or the speaker where it's like my mom gave me one for Christmas and I never used it. But then it's like a actual phone, like the receiver part. Kind of random.
Good talk, Kim.
Yeah, and then I found $5.
Yeah. Speaking of $5, did you see Facebook is now going to have a dating app?
Yes, and it's a terrible idea.
Oh, you commented on that last night.
Yeah,
I didn't read into it, but
stupid.
Is it really the worst idea? Because think about it. Was Facebook not the original dating app when like Facebook first came out?
I never
no
have collared at anybody
people
on Facebook.
put like single It's complicated.
Oh, yeah.
All of the different.
I never did that because you didn't have to list your status because ultimately, especially like it started when I was in high school or college or something. And those relationships never start. So you're setting yourself up because you're going to put in a relationship. And then when you have to change it to single, people are going to be like, what happened? What's going on? They're going to
slide up in them DMs.
Sliding up in the DM. You just little. Yeah, I was going to talk bad about. I was going to say something about Mark Zuckerberg, but he's
already listening. You got Facebook on your phone?
Yeah.
He's listening to everything right now.
I was saying he's a reptile alien.
He's a weird-looking dude.
Yeah. Reptile.
Yeah. There's some funny memes about him.
Yeah. I think you know what, Zuck? Idea. I also like how he tried to convince. Oh, okay.
No, keep talking. I've got
a minute 90 seconds?
Minute and 38 seconds.
How during his talk, he did a TED Talk or something about it. How he said it's not just for hookups, it's for long-term relationships.
Bull.
Yeah.
I think any dating app, unless like eHarmony.
Yeah.
Or Match.com.
I did see where
Farmers Only is a legitimate.
And it's not just for farmers if you've seen the new commercials.
I haven't seen
the new commercials are like, it's not just for farmers. I was going to say, though, some fan did tweet us. They found, I think it was Bumble.
Yeah.
A photo profile with Austin Dillon.
So
it was a dude in Austin Dillon.
Yeah. I saw one with Harvick and the dude.
But it was a cardboard cutout of Harvick.
Yeah.
So.
That's funny, though.
Yeah. Like there's a cardboard. Merriman has a cardboard cutout of Senior. So maybe go take a picture with him.
I have a cardboard cutout of Danica.
What if it was a cardboard cutout, like on your profile, you in a photo with your cardboard cutout?
Like, don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
Crazy. Not like I have a dating profile. But thanks for listening, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, like us. And
sorry for ruining everything today.
Yeah, we talked a lot about farting.
I disrupted everything.
We did.
Yeah.
Go on Facebook. Or not Facebook. Because we were talking about that. Go on iTunes, rate and review, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and check it all out. Comment, like it, do everything. Get the ratings up. Yeah. Get us out there into the world.
You can see Kim destroy
I gotta
everything.
Go get stitches on my
that's gonna be the promo clip.
Oh, good. Good. Okay,
the
thank
knocking
you guys.
of the water, the banging of the shin.
Bye. And Kim just broke the studio.